Well, I'll take you through a quick walkthrough of all of the advancements we've made in the garage makeover. I have got rid of all of these shelves which we showed before. I've built a lumber rack up there for just 2x4 long 8-foot stuff. I may need to have a little more support on that if that stuff starts to kind of bow down, but had those brackets I used to hang ladders from, so just went ahead and put them up there and got that started, and just put some bungee cords on just to kind of keep them from falling down on the car if something happens. I've got just temporary hung my clamps up there. It's kind of getting them sorted out. I did 3D print a bracket here that'll hold 5 of these, so that's kind of nice. Able to print that out real quick. Started my tool wall over here. I printed a couple of brackets for holding my jigsaws. I've got a bracket here that holds 2 4.5-inch grinders. That worked out pretty good. Some little 3D printed hangers for my skill saw or jigsaw blades. Got my DeWalt sander and my old Black & Decker Sawzall up there. Got my welding helmets hung up. Just some of my older tools that were up here. It's my dad's hatchet he's had forever, and my little hatchet I had from Boy Scouts. That was my first ever hatchet. And some tools that I had found in my grandpa's 65 Ford pickup, an old rusted wrench and a little hacksaw. I have no idea how old that is, but it's pretty old and it still works like $1,000,000. I don't know if I can find blades for it anymore, but it's a neat little saw to have handy. Some bow saws, an old hacksaw my dad had. New blade on that, it works great. I just need to clean up some rust and before it gets out of hand. Yeah, it's nice and solid, just some surface rust. It's kind of paint stuff here, but this is the spot that the lathe will go in here in a few weeks. And you've seen most of this already in the part 1, but I started getting this wall, got it all painted, all cleaned up, got my levels hung up there. I'm gonna have to watch that plastic level. I'm not sure if that'll start to bow hanging that way, so if we see it start to not become straight anymore, we may have to hang that up and down like it used to be. But printed the holders out for that, printed the holders out for the brooms. I mean, this 3D printer is just super handy. Print all that stuff out. I got a backsplash around the sink. I need to clean the sink. I went at it with a brush a little bit the other day, and it looks like a lot of that ancient old gunk will clean up. Built a little box here for some scrap metal and wood. I got a video coming out on that, as well as I put my generators on a couple of little rolling dollies, so they come in and out real nice. I got my multi-board back up there with the wall painted behind. The bench here I got trimmed down. We've got the old bench. We've got, when I put this together with this double 3/4-inch plywood, I mean, it's a solid top, but I didn't worry about getting these things super matched up, so I got a 2.5-inch bit, simply because that's what I could get overnight. And there's, trim the plywood off, had a little bit of overhang, and put some trims on it. I'm going to build probably some drawers or some kind of slide out as I organize this second row shelf here on the bench. then probably a couple more dollies for the stuff that's on the bottom down there on the floor. Put some doors on my cabinets, just kind of clean those up. Nothing super fancy. I got to put some handles on those. I got some nice hardwood in the shed. I'm going to pull out just some scraps and make some homemade handles to put on those doors. Still working on organizing all the screws. Here's the finished lumber rack for all the smaller stuff. I've got my 3 uprights in place for my small lumber rack. So I got 2x4s up on the studs and leg down. All right, take 4351. Me and my camera are having problems, so we get to do this again. But I know you didn't miss it too much the first time. Made a couple of good mistakes I won't make this time. So there you go. I'll just tell you, make sure you glue the right side of your brace. So, I got my 2x4, I got my braces, I got my glue, I got my 3D printed glue roller. This thing is awesome, printed it today. It's just a PET G handle, can be done with PLA, with a center roller and then a TPU roller on the outside. TPU is a rubber, basically, that you can print with a 3D printer. So, yeah, it appears to be working pretty well. There we go. There's one of the braces. It'll fit on the upright. 2x4 on the wall. A little tight. You get the idea. I'll put a couple screws in here to help hold that, and when we put it on the wall, we'll screw it in here. So I got 3 done now. You missed the first 2, but the good parts were 3D printer works. It's a lot of help to have in the shop, and a little working table here that probably will do some kind of cabinet or something underneath for holding some of these tools. I still got a lot of stuff to clean up and organize, but I printed all those battery holders for all my batteries, and I printed these universal drill holders. That came out real nice, and I've moved the other toolbox and the welder over here because I get working back on the truck. Once I get this all sorted, then I'm going to be needing the welder often. So putting it on the other side where I had it originally, it's a pain to get in and out. So yeah, that's pretty much shop update. I've got the table out here, plenty of room to work around with the table saw, and use the bench for whatever you need a bench for, assembly, wood, any kind of work. So I've got kind of a little rubber mat here that I've had for years that sit on the other bench. I moved over here. One thing I am going to do, I was going to put the miter saw in an inset in the outfeed table from the table saw here, but I found that I use them both at the same time basically on these smaller projects, and it's just a pain in the backside. So I actually just went ahead and took this bench, mounted my miter saw right to the bench. I will be putting some kind of track in here. I haven't quite decided on each side, so I'll have a stop block as well as a riser so that it's level with the miter saw. But yeah, that's working out real good. The only thing I have found is if I've got an 8-foot piece, I'm just a hair short, probably about 4 or 5 inches short of being able to put a full 8-foot piece on there if I'm cutting the short end off of it. So yeah, we'll have to think on that one a little bit. I might move it down a few inches to make up for that. Just move the saw down a little bit. But I made that a cubby in behind that used to be all open, so that I can at least help try and control some of the dust back there. Even with the vacuum hooked to it, I still get a lot of dust behind the saw. So I wanted to kind of keep that separate. So, yep, that's part 2 of the shop makeover. Got to get the ceiling painted and get some more dust filter in here and a lot more organization, some more shelves. But overall, very happy. I got room to work now, and yeah, it's working out real well. So thank you for all coming out, and please subscribe and keep following along for more of the shop makeover and more projects. Thank you. Take care, all. Thanks for coming out and working together today. If y'all like this video, check out these videos and other projects. Leave me a comment. Check out my other links in the description, or subscribe for future videos from How Fred Does It. That's how we did it. Thanks all. Take care.